to Anime Unraveled. I'm Rex Paget.
I am Daniel Peppers.
And I'm Tristan Morrill.
Oh,
Hey,
look at
we
that.
actually are ourselves
We did
today.
it. Man.
We did it.
I actually came very close to as soon as you came down going, welcome to Anime Unraveled. I am Rex Paget.
Yeah.
I was kind of waiting on it.
That's why I was looking in your eyes. I just wanted to know. I just wanted to know what we were getting into immediately.
Nah.
Yeah.
From my much more relaxed seating position than normal.
Dude, it's like you're on vacation.
Chill. I mean,
yeah.
yeah.
It's like you're on just hanging out. I mean, we dressed up for the occasion. You know why we dressed up, though? It's because you came through. We did it. Woo!
150!
Which I don't know if we should be excited about it. Or
I mean, I'm excited that we got
sad.
150 people that are like, hey, we want to watch you torture yourself.
Yeah. But
I'm not excited for the torture.
I mean, I'm excited.
I'm not a masochist.
I'm actually excited that Peppers has to watch Hunter x Hunter.
He's going to have a good time.
Yeah, he's gonna actually have a good time.
no.
I know.
Of all three of us, I think you have the best option.
You think?
Yes.
I don't know, dude. Sword Art Online, though. You know what I mean?
Don't even.
Yeah, but you liked SAO kind of.
I liked
season one.
Yeah, I liked season 1, part 1.
Yeah, part one.
Let's be
part
very
one.
clear.
We gotta make a break.
Gun Gale was also like,
Gun Gale was
Gun
good.
Gale was all right.
And
part of Elysiation's okay.
Elysiation's fine. Yeah.
But it's like once it gets towards the end, it's already too much.
I would flip it, dude. I would say War of the Underworld is better than Project Elysiation for me. But we did a whole episode about that.
Yep.
You can go back and listen, or you can go back and watch now that you're subscribed to the YouTube. And I was dressed up as Kirito.
You were. He had the foam elucidator and dark repulsor and everything.
Dude, yeah, it's in my closet right now.
Yeah.
Never to be used again.
Oh,
Unless someone
maybe.
Oh
breaks
my
in.
God. Halloween party.
Yeah.
Well, they're not. I don't think. Are you guys doing a Halloween party?
I
It's so
don't
close
know.
to the-
It's
yeah.
literally
wedding,
gonna be
yeah.
real close to the wedding.
Yeah, we'll figure that out later on. But no. So yeah, it's happening, and just boys, when we go again, as you knew, it's gonna take us a while to get
take
to
us some
those
time.
to
Oh,
those
yeah.
episodes.
I'll
and stuff.
do videos every time I have like a thought.
Yeah, I thought.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
remember, just boys, remember.
I have to watch.
You'll slowly see me lose my mind.
I have to watch from part 2, part 3. JoJo's part 3, part 2, because I'm in the second half of JoJo's part 3.
Where they're stuck together.
Yep.
A little after that.
Yeah, I'm a little after that. All the way to the end.
I can't wait. I'm excited
Hey man,
for you.
you get to see Made in Heaven.
You guys are going to watch all the life and excitement and happiness I have to be on this planet.
And you
leave
don't have
my
much.
ass. No.
That's the thing.
It's gonna
You're
go.
already on like at least a quarter of a tank.
Quarter?
I'm giving you.
Fumes, my boy. My gas gauge has said 0 miles to E for the past 10 miles.
Yeah, and you get
How-
20 miles. You
I'm
get
living on a dream.
Hope and
Actually,
a dream.
how close have you guys ever gotten to running out of fuel?
I'm not lying to you when I say I have, like, I think the RS parked in my driveway right now. I was gonna drive it today. Remembered after I brought it to Ford that it's at like 2 miles to empty, and I'm like, I need to put gas in you. I
Hey,
forgot to do that.
Look at that. It wasn't me again. But no, I was just asking because I remember when I swapped the gauges over in the Miata, I was driving it to work one morning and it went to 0% fuel. And I was like, I still have like 2 miles.
Hopefully.
When the light comes on, that's as far as I've done. But
I
I
mean-
try not to do the light, and I'll tell you why though.
It's
'Cause-
bad.
No, well, because my mother, when she was younger, back in the day, because
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
old Rex, but I'm talking back in the day.
Yeah.
She doesn't watch this. She'll be fine.
No, I was looking at our demographic. It's like 25 to 34.
It's sweet.
All men on YouTube.
Sweet. Nice.
The boys have come through.
That's right. But yeah, so she ran out of gas when she was younger.
Yeah.
And ever since then, she has like a phobia of running out of gas. So I grew up around that. So basically, when it gets to a quarter of a tank, that basically means like I should get gas.
You know how many times I've actually ran out of gas?
You want to know how many times I've been in the car with you when you're driving and you have 6 miles to empty and you didn't know?
Once.
Yeah.
Hey, it wasn't. Hey, normally if I know I'm going somewhere, I fill up on gas the day before, which is what I assumed would have been done. It's not a car I drive every day.
And then when we look down
Oh
and
yeah,
we're
we're
still
like
miles.
Oh, we're almost there. And I look down. I'm like, we're not that close. Yui.
Oh, no.
And, other things had transpired
Oh,
right
yeah,
before then.
I mean, at least that ticket didn't come through. Jesus.
What happened?
Okay. Well, did you want to say it?
I mean, yeah,
the police are
okay.
not going to watch this.
Well,
Well, who knows?
my FBI agent, he already
yeah,
knows.
Yeah.
But basically, we're on our way back from Atlanta, and
We went to the Kinokuniya that
Yeah.
opened.
we checked out.
Yeah.
It's pretty neat. Yeah.
You're at work.
work, and it was for
They do all this stuff without me.
it was not for it was kind of for my birthday.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. We were
But,
gonna play Crane games, but
Well,
they
yeah, none of the Crane games worked at Tesso. It was sad. They were all out of order.
Aw.
sad day.
But on the way back, I thought I was getting over for the exit that we needed.
Oh no.
And no, it was just an unmarked fucking express lane
Ah.
entrance. So then we were stuck on the express lane, which ended up being a saving grace because if we would have sat in traffic, we would have ran out of fuel.
gas.
Because when I looked down, once we got off of the express lane, we got off at the first exit available, which was in McDonough.
Yeah.
And look down as we're turning to go toward the house, and 7 miles till empty. And I was like, oh no,
Yeah.
we just passed a QT. We got to turn around.
Yeah. So if we would not have mistakenly, and I'm talking about this express lane, one, cameras everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Two, it is separated from the interstate.
Oh,
There
yeah.
is
Complete
it's not like you
separation.
because some express lanes sometimes
Yeah, it's
you
just
can
like
get
you can
over.
get back
Yeah.
over.
No,
No.
we were miles away. I was looking at all this traffic,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Well, we're in it now." And
And it ended up being a saving grace.
it was legitimately when he looked down and it said 6 miles to empty. I thought, "I'm so glad you
yeah, because
broke the law.
it was either
I'm so glad you're a criminal."
it was either
No,
have to
because that's
pay
not
this.
technically breaking the law. They send you. I think they send you a small fine on top of the tolls incurred.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Which, if you're watching, we have already gotten those fines and we've paid them. It's been great.
yeah. Don't like it.
Yeah. But yeah. So it was pretty much like, yeah, get this ticket or get a tow truck.
Which, yeah, the tow truck would cost more.
Well, the excursion, I can't really trust. Not only can I not trust the fuel gauge, I can't trust when it says how many miles I have till empty. So when that thing says 100 miles to empty, I'm like, okay, I might as well have I could have 100 miles to empty. I could have 10 miles to empty.
Flip a coin.
It could be I could be either or.
Yeah.
Because there's sometimes when I will turn the excursion on, knowing that I got like a little bit more than quarter tank, and it'll say I got a full tank, and I said that's not true.
You're
That's
lying
not true.
to
Yeah,
me.
that's not true.
It's
So-
almost like you have to believe in the heart of your vehicle.
Yeah, a little bit.
kind of like believing in the heart of the cards.
It's funny that you bring that up.
It's like Initial D. No, I'm kidding.
You've ruined the
I
transition.
did.
But
the heart
yeah.
of the gods, you.
So I have done a little reading, as I tend to do.
You do that. You do a lot of
I
reading.
do a lot of reading. And I spent the last 2 or 3 days reading the 59 chapters of the YuGiOh manga, the beginning part. Not
Yeah,
Yu-Gi-Oh!
yeah.
Duelist, which is what we would know
Yeah,
for
America.
the anime.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Zero.
Yeah, season 0.
It's just called Yu-Gi-Oh! But yes. And here's the thing.
All right.
One, that the author is a goddamn hero, and let's not forget.
No,
You know what I mean?
never,
Oh, yeah.
never forget.
Never forget. But two, he did not have to go so hard, as the kids say, with the artwork. Some of those panels
Are extreme.
are awesome.
Yeah.
They're like, there's one with Kaiba, like the blue eyes is like wrapped around him.
Well, yeah, you have to think about the designs for the duel monsters. Like the designs for Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah.
Duel monsters are
Yeah.
actually badass as fuck.
Yeah, and
So-
especially like reading it on the Shonen Jump app on my iPad. Like when I
Yeah.
did the double spread pages and you flip it sideways and you get the full page.
Yeah.
It's fucking good. It's
good.
It's good. I was surprised, also surprised that while it started off exactly how you want it to start off, I really enjoyed that that he was punishing bad people
Yeah,
Yeah.
driving people to insanity.
to insanity. I loved that part.
It's great.
I was blowing through it, man. Chapter after chapter after chapter after chapter.
So then you hit a roadblock somewhere.
Boy, brother, let me tell you, it ran out of gas like Rex's vehicle. Like it, when it started getting into, because he runs into Kaiba, and Kaiba
Yeah.
wants the blue eyes dragon, as one does in that show. And this is what I kind of wanted to ask you guys. What it seems like to me, and I haven't done any research, but what it seems like to me is they actually adapted parts of this in the anime at different points.
Kind of, yes.
Yeah.
Because it feels like the duel, while not exactly like in the anime,
Mhm.
the duel between Yugi and Kaiba, which does happen,
Yeah.
because he makes like this, and there might have been episodes that I don't remember, that's why I'm coming to the experts. It's like a 6 or 7 chapters, and he has made this amusement park, this theme park.
Yeah, that's later on
Yeah.
in the anime.
And Yugi and friends have to go through like a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
So that was and he face because he even faces Mokaba
Mokuba.
in a giant like
Seto.
square or not square like a giant cube.
Yeah.
So all this does happen in the anime.
No, he never duels Mokuba. That doesn't happen in the
No.
anime.
If I remember,
Now, it does happen in the season 0 anime that we never got, which also in that Kaiba has like some badass security guards that beat the living piss out of
He's
it.
got got them there. Yeah.
So the stuff we didn't get, that's where a lot of that happens. But the amusement park, because we didn't get season 0, ends up showing up after Duelist Kingdom.
doesn't that happen in Was that the one where they used the dice?
No. That was right before they went to the amusement park.
That's right.
Because that was with Jesus, what is his name?
It's not
Duke
Pegasus.
Devlin.
Yep.
And then they run into Rebecca, who
None of these people are in there.
yeah, none of those people exist.
So
actually
like
in
they
that.
they took parts of, we'll call it season 0.
They
and
built off of it.
They adapted it for kids viewing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because that's the thing
It's the
is
best way to say
yeah, for real, because he hires one part, it's T3, like they're all T1, T2, T3, all the way to T6 where he duels Kaiba, right? In T3, they're in a laser tag game, but he has hired hitmen to take out Yugi, Jonichi, and Honda, or Tristan and Joey, depending on. So they have real guns that put 1,000,000 volts into you.
Yeah.
Yugi and them have little fake
Lasers.
guns.
Yeah.
So then Tristan has to go in because they find a gun because Tristan has a baby with him that's pervy. It's very odd. I'm going to be honest with you.
I mean,
it goes places.
Tristan becomes a monkey at one point.
Tristan is
A robot monkey.
Tristan, not our Tristan,
Yeah.
but this Tristan, badass.
I mean,
Because he saves them from them.
You know
From
why,
the-
right? It's
from
because
the-
his name's actually Honda, and Hondas can't be killed.
That's right.
he actually rides a Honda in the anime.
Yeah.
I wonder if that was a callback.
I think
think
it
so.
actually
Had to be.
was.
Because there's also one where there's a bunch of cubes that are dropping on the floor, and then Honda / Tristan gets stuck. His jacket gets stuck, and he does this. You guys go on without me. Thumbs up, and then a cube smashes him, but he doesn't die.
Yeah.
Obviously, because that's one of the main problems with this. Not problems, but you see its age. Art, you don't see the age. I think the art,
Yeah,
It's
the art
fantastic.
holds up super, super good. But the age that you see is the power of friendship throughout this series.
Well, yeah, dude. Literally.
Gotta believe.
The power, they literally say power of friendship
Dude, they do it all the time. in
all the
anime
way
as
through.
well. Like, you have to think.
All the way through.
There's literally a point when Yugi has like a mental break in Duelist Kingdom, and it's through the power of friendship that he gets the courage to keep going.
Well, I mean, it's also like when he has to do the duel against the Pharaoh. Through the power of friendship, he's able to defeat the Pharaoh
Well,
at the end of YuGiOh.
yeah, that's like the same way he beats Pegasus, though.
Yeah.
Because Pegasus is trying to read his mind at one point, and it's like, no, the power of my friends is blocking you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in one of them, there's a guy that has, it's like a pendant, and he can go into your mind.
Bakura.
Bakura,
Yes.
yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Bakura's in there, but no.
Oh,
this
you're
is
talking
a
about
Egyptian fella.
Anish or whatever his name
Yeah,
is. Yeah.
Asani, I think.
Yeah, that's him.
So he can go into the
Pendant,
mind.
It's not one of the millennial items,
It's
is
It
it?
is.
the key.
It's the
yeah,
key.
Oh, the millennial key. Got it.
He can
Millennial
go.
key.
He can go into the minds, and that's the stuff that honestly I wish they wouldn't have focused on. I understand they were building because it seemed like half of it was just him punishing fucking assholes.
Oh, yeah, that's the
and
beginning.
I was about it.
Yeah, 100%.
And then about
He was a
halfway,
vigilante.
Yeah, halfway through, it's like, oh, this must have gotten popular because now they're building this lore of this millennium stuff, and all these Egyptian gods and all this. Boring as shit.
Okay, does it ever go into where the blue eyes white dragon actually came from, like his grandpa's?
It came from
His buddy.
His buddy, yes.
Yeah.
So that whole thing is in there.
Okay, so that is where they go to Kaiba Land or whatever, is
It's
dealing
right after
with that
that.
because his granddaughter shows up and she's like, I want my grandpa's blue eyes back.
Yeah.
No, this, well, it might have not done the blue eyes, but it went into where he got the Millennium Puzzle from,
Oh,
which was a friend.
That's also the same guy.
and-
Yeah.
Well, I thought that because Yugi's grandfather gives it to Yugi, but
Yeah.
Yugi's grandfather got it from the same guy that
Yeah.
gave him the blue eyes.
Same guy.
But yeah, no, like they go to see his friend that gave him the Millennium Puzzle,
Yeah.
and then the person, because there's a museum opening, and he's like,
Oh yeah, the stone tablets.
no.
Oh no!
No, not them. A guy's like, oh, that's the Millennium Puzzle. And he's like, Yugi, can I see it for like 24 hours and display it in this museum? And then that's when all that, like, that friend gets turned to a zombie for the guy unlocking the mines because he's trying to judge people. And then he gets all of his friends, but through the power of friendship, because he's like, hey, that's why you got to have friends. They save Anzu or Taya.
Yeah.
From falling off a building. But this is my point. My point is I loved when he was like just kind of
Batman.
Going around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Like
was Batman.
vigilante
Yeah.
justice.
Well, there was even like a few chapters where this guy who wanted his friend or his son to be friends with Yugi, but he went to America a lot, so his son was a big fan of superheroes. So he paid a bunch of thugs to because his son got a costume of his hero, and he wanted his son to get his confidence back. So he paid a bunch of thugs to pretend to lose a fight to his son that was being a superhero out in the middle of the night. But come to find out, thugs gonna be thugs, and
And
they're
just kick this kid's ass.
pretty much, but through the power of friendship. Listen, power of friendship.
For power friendship.
And that's when it kind of got,
Yeah.
whatever. But it definitely got to the point of where I really wasn't, because I was thinking, man, I'm gonna read Yu-Gi-Oh! Duelist. Like, I'm gonna go through it.
And then you
But-
said you got to the end.
You started
No,
hitting.
I
You got to chapter 59, and you said, you know what?
I definitely from 59. I zoned out for the last 10 chapters, but we'll get to this. I'm building it up. I'm building a story that I'm about to tell you guys.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's gonna be a thing. Because about halfway through, when all really the Egyptian and the lore of Yu-Gi-Oh, and that's why I know I'm not a big Yu-Gi-Oh fan.
Yeah.
Because the lore is what turned me off of it.
I
I like Yami Yugi being a thug that's like, you want to play a game?
was about to say,
How about this? We're gonna fill up this thing, and you have a lit cigarette.
Oh.
Whoops! I burned you alive, you motherfucker.
you're talking about the bar scene.
Yeah.
that's a good one.
That's what I'm about.
Yeah, he like hits the hammer on his gun and sets it on
Yeah.
fire. Yeah.
And then
Good
he just
stuff.
walks away, and he fucking murders people.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. There's also the
It's
guy
dark.
that was like trying to con him with the scorpion in the shoe.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
literally like
Oh yeah,
you,
because
you see the hard turn from like seinen to not.
yes, and
Yeah.
you see the hard turn where I think either the editorial staff or somebody got
I think they probably got complaints.
our complaints because they're like, this is in a kids, young boys
Yeah.
magazine. We need to relax. You have a scorpion
Facts.
in a shoe that's killing people. Like, what are you doing?
And he was like,
but-
"Hey, I'm living my best life."
but
You
to me-
mentally broke a man into believing leaves are money.
Yeah, but to me,
It was
he
great.
should have kept going.
No, 100%. It was amazing.
It'd have been legendary. It'd have been Berserk and Yu-Gi-Oh. That's what we would have been talking about.
Could you imagine if it did stay
it
like
stayed
dark
seinen,
as
I
fuck?
would have loved it.
It would have been great.
So good.
Um,
But
and-
we wouldn't have gotten Duel Links, and I'd have been pretty sad.
That would have been
no,
all right.
no, the Duel Monsters was in
Yeah,
there.
it does.
It
It's
was in
just
there.
not a primary focus.
I just don't think we would have gotten like all the spin-off. Like I love Duel Links.
Yeah.
I absolutely
We
like,
know you used to play Duel Links sometimes when we recorded episodes in audio format.
Yeah.
That's a little history.
That's fun. Hey. I had it,
it was only
time
like
to
2
duel.
episodes.
It was time to. He doesn't say it's time to duel. Not once. Not once. But he does duel.
I
Mokuba.
follow the ADHD. What can I say?
Yeah, I hear you. But
Yeah, Mokuba's actually a much smarter character in the manga. Not saying he's much smarter,
no,
but
but yeah, he's
He's, like,
smarter,
useless.
but Kaiba's a fucking asshole to him. But then they go into the backstory of Kaiba, who like basically made. And this might trigger some people. I don't mean anything by it, but he basically made the person that adopted him. He conned him
Yeah,
so good.
Gozaboro.
Yeah, he cons him so good and takes over the company that his adopted father looks him in the eyes and said, "You won at this game," and jumps out the fucking window.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure if it's actually in the manga, but in the anime, there's more to it.
It depend. I mean, no, it doesn't really go into how he won. It just kind of like
Oh.
a little paragraph. But yeah, he looks him directly in the eye and says,
You've won.
You've won, and jumps out the fucking window.
Yeah.
And I was like, awesome. Like, this is great.
And then from there, it's about the power of friendship.
Yeah, power of friendship and stuff.
Yeah.
And they have a little bit of capsule monsters in there with Mokuba.
I'm surprised they had capsule
Yeah,
monsters
they have it
that
twice.
early.
Yeah, both of his duels with Mokuba
Or
were capsule monsters or monster chests or whatever they call it.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And then all of his duels with Seto Kaiba is the card game.
Yeah.
Exodia's in there, and his attack power is infinite, and he blows away the 3 blue eyes.
Well, yeah.
Pretty awesome.
Because if you ever draw all 5 pieces of
That's
Exodia,
right.
you
Yeah, it's
automatically
an
win the
instant
duel.
win.
Yeah, instant win. But like I said, I think just when the lore stuff happened, and
It's actually why Exodia is not. If I remember, Exodia is not even like none of the pieces of Exodia are allowed in
tournament?
play.
Yeah, that's been the case for a long
I had
time.
all 5 pieces.
So
of
did I.
Exodia.
I had all 5 pieces and all 3 Egyptian gods.
No,
I didn't play the Egyptian gods, in the sense of I stopped caring.
collecting at that
Yeah.
point. Yeah.
I wish I wouldn't have. Some
Oh,
Yu-Gi-Oh cards were worth money down the road.
Oh, brother, let me tell you. But and I think like I checked out about definitely after the Kaiba amusement park, because at least like that felt kind, because he started with Kaiba around chapter 12 and then ended at about chapter 40, and Kaiba was kind of floating in and out.
Yeah.
And then it got to Bakura.
Bakura.
And they played fucking Dungeons and Dragons.
So yeah, they make reference to that in Duelist Kingdom.
Yeah.
Like hard, because basically he pulls them into a shadow game and they each had to play as one of the duel monsters.
Yep.
Not duel monsters. They played as figurines of themselves.
Well, yeah.
In their classes.
As I said, they
Yeah.
did like reference to
Yeah.
it.
Like, because in the anime, Jonichi or Joey is
the
the
flame
the
swordsman.
flame swordsman.
Yeah, he's just a fighter.
Yugi was
Dark
He
magician.
was dark magician.
He was a beast tamer in this.
Taya was
Healer.
the
She was a healer.
something
in
of
this.
faith.
So a healer.
Yeah.
yeah, she was. And then what was Tristan?
He was the cyber commando.
That's right.
He was a magic gunsman.
Yeah, so basically cyber commando.
Literally the same thing. And then
Bakura was the change of heart.
Bakura.
Which is so wild that they made Bakura a spell card. Everyone else pretty much got
Yeah.
monster cards. I think Taya's wasn't a monster card.
No, it was.
No, she played Mystical Elf, didn't she?
No, it wasn't mystical elf. It was the healer of faith or something. Like,
That's right.
yeah.
I remember the card.
They
It was
were
just-
they were just Dungeons and Dragons characters in this one. And Yugi got pulled into the game so Yami Yugi could come
Yeah,
out and
he had
roll
to-
the dice for him for crits. And then obviously
Nat 20.
Yeah, well, 00 is ultra crit. So you rolled 2 dice, and it was high of 66, and then the crit was 0. Like the lower the number,
Yeah.
the better the crit.
So opposite of D&D.
Yeah.
And let me fucking tell you, when I said that I checked out, because it was a wall of text of just boredom.
Yeah, I can understand
brother,
that.
yeah.
Like, it's different. Like, if you're actually
Because we're thinking about doing a D&D game, and this is why I
Yes.
wanted to bring this up. It was a
So
whole big
it's-
story to
it's
get
also-
to.
it's
Like,
a
I
lot
don't think I
different to
want to play
just-
D&D.
well, you also literally just read in a manga D&D.
Brother, it was boring. Oh man, dude, I'm gonna let you know right now. And then when it came apart that Bakura's soul went into one of the dice to destroy it, so that he could get Yami Yugi could get a crit on evil Bakura.
Yeah.
Yami Bakura. Yeah.
And he like floated out in his fucking ghost form and was like, "It's because you guys became my friends. You just met him,
Yeah.
20 minutes ago. What
So,
the fuck do
The
you
power
mean?"
of friendship.
I hated it.
Yeah, in the anime, they
Hated
tried to
it.
like push the fact that Bakura was like around a bit before then, like he
Yeah.
was in their class
Yeah,
and stuff.
he was a transfer student.
But yeah, even still, he's like literally has no screen time whatsoever until
Yeah,
Much later.
well, he's in early Duelist Kingdom and then he disappears for a long time.
A while. And then he
Until
becomes
he
like the main antagonist.
Yeah, until he kills Pegasus, essentially. puts him in a coma
Well,
with the ancient
hey.
Egyptian laser beams.
If you want some screen time, go read chapter 47 to 59 of Yu-Gi-Oh.
But like in terms of the D&D thing, like it's a lot different to be reading someone playing a D&D thing
Yeah.
than it is to actually play a D&D thing. I mean, you've kind of played
yeah,
a session.
Yeah, Bryson. I mean, yeah. And then I played once.
Yeah.
And then I said, I'm not going to be able to make it with my job.
Yep.
Yeah.
Take me out in Minecraft. Kill me in the game.
Kill me in D&D. And I don't. And the funny thing is that campaign, I don't think it ever continued.
Well,
You ended it.
I'm the glue that holds it together, you know? I'm just such a good D&D player.
But also, like, if I were to do a one-shot, like a Let's Play one-shot for you guys or whatever, I wouldn't do something where I'm like, all right, you guys are now you're starting at level 1. I wouldn't start a full campaign.
Right.
Offer it. It would literally be like, hey, you guys, we would have built the characters prior.
Yeah.
You would be probably level 5 or 6, and I would do a one-shot based off of that. I wouldn't do a level 21 shot. That would just be off the wall.
Because I think that's got to be entertaining. And I guess they did kind of nail it because really Yu-Gi-Oh, at least the 59 chapters, is really, and I see what he was doing with it, or I think I see what he was doing with it, is it's these older games, whether it be whatever the game may be, and he was just doing a shonen twist on it.
Yeah.
Which is cool. And he should have just kept doing kind of like, I feel like Yu-Gi-Oh could have been, except the card game got massively popular. They made a ton of money. So don't listen to me, studios. Like they did it right. But I think Yu-Gi-Oh would have been cool if you could have picked up any chapter of Yu-Gi-Oh
And just
just
read it
started
as a
there.
one shot.
read it as a one shot. That is the kind of stories, because I didn't need to know the backstory of this stuff. Like,
Well, even in the anime, I gotta say, like the backstory for like the ancient Egyptian stuff, it was always a snore fest.
Yeah.
Like, at least for me.
Well, it doesn't really come into play until later in the series.
City tournament or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, like when Yugi
Battle City. That's it.
It's like when Yugi and Yami Yugi actually start working in tandem and stuff, trying to figure out all the stuff about the pharaoh's past and stuff. That's when a lot of the Egyptian lore comes in heavy.
Yeah.
Because you realize that Yami Yugi is actually Pharaoh Atem and all this other shit.
Yeah, because a lot of in the beginning chapters, it just so happened anytime he switched, his friends were like passed out or not looking or not paying attention. But then about halfway through, they started realizing, and then Taya ended up being like, I want to bone him
Yeah.
hard. So much so that she gets into a Ferris wheel with bombs attached to it so that he will turn into Yami Yugi.
To save her.
Yes,
Yeah.
because she's so in love with him.
Huh.
Does not like regular Yugi. Thinks he's a child.
Oh yeah, I know. That's the same way the anime is.
Yeah. So it's
Which is so wild because, like, for the first while, everyone's like, man, Yug sure is acting differently, but, like, in their eyes, he doesn't look any different when the Pharaoh takes over.
I don't know. Well, no, I'm thinking the abridged series.
I'm thinking 100% of the anime. Like, they literally go, does anyone notice that Yugi has started acting different when
Well,
Yugi
didn't
Oh
he-
yeah, they
didn't he
do that toward like the end of Duelist Kingdom.
Yeah,
start
but, like, they
saying shit.
literally don't say he doesn't look different.
No.
He's acting different.
Meanwhile, if you watch the abridged series, it's like, did your balls just drop?
Yeah.
and that's kind of like in the manga too. Is I feel like in the anime he grew taller.
He does.
He does. Yeah.
He doesn't in the manga, but his face
Yeah.
most definitely changes.
Becomes more serious
more
and hard
serious.
and angled. Yeah, so I think that's what they did that in the anime, so people knew when Yami was in
Yeah.
control and when Yugi
Because
was in
really,
control.
I could see, and it made it kind of believable. They put him in scenarios that it made it believable, but it kind of made it believable because he didn't grow taller.
Yeah.
And if you weren't looking directly at his face, it was kind of just like they noticed by his voice, because his voice must obviously in the manga you're reading it, but his
It's way
voice
deeper.
must change.
Yeah.
And they're like, hang on a second.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. He's serious.
He's able to choose when his voice is deep.
Yeah.
Wish I had that power.
Man, I'd be getting in
Must
here
be nice.
being like, hey, what's up, fellas?
Yeah, a nice, low, deep, sultry voice.
Do you think we have low voices?
No, I don't. I know for a fact I don't.
I don't think so.
I've heard our voices more than any human should hear our voices.
Probably.
And I know which one's us, but like I don't ever hear any of our voices and be like, that's sultry.
No,
I'm like, boy, people listen.
I know. I'm like, hey.
Yeah, people have downloaded
Thanks
this.
a lot.
Hey,
Yeah.
appreciate it.
We do.
Because
Boy. Brother.
brother. But no, I'm glad I did it, and I'm glad that I saw where it kind of came from. I'm not gonna continue. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have
That's
really
understandable.
I
Yeah.
really have no interest in going through Duelist Kingdom.
I wouldn't have much interest either. Other
I'd
than
watch
like,
it again just because it's
Oh.
really fun to watch.
Well, watching like
And nostalgia hit. Too.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Watching the very beginning of it is honestly pretty great because the pacing is just insane. Like, it makes-
it's like the first episode.
Yeah.
It's like Grandpa's in the hospital. Yugi battles Seto Kaiba.
No, it's like,
know what?
Grandpa hits hospital, then Grandpa comes back and immediately gets his soul taken by a videotape. Like, it's the wildest shit that you've ever seen.
You know what's funny? The manga ends with Yugi going to visit his grandfather in the hospital. This part of the manga
Yeah.
ends because he got sent to the hospital by getting scared to death in a virtual reality cube when his grandpa and Kaiba dueled.
For the
Yeah.
blue eyes.
Well, to save Yugi's life because he had a gun to his head.
Yeah.
About the same though.
Oh, yeah. For the blue,
Blue
eyes.
eyes. But yeah, I don't know. I'm super okay that I did it. I wouldn't recommend it. It's one of those, I don't recommend it. Live with the nostalgia of Yu-Gi-Oh. That's kind of where I'm at with it.
Or just get on some Duel Links and try
Or
and build,
read
a deck and go out there. Get out in the world.
because that's when I knew it wasn't for me, when the dueling part of Yu-Gi-Oh was the least interesting part of the manga.
I couldn't imagine the dueling part being good in the manga, honestly.
He creates a system where you get to see the monsters and everybody sees
That's
the monsters.
in the anime.
But yeah, it just, the music and all that stuff really helps it.
Well,
Yeah.
that and
It's a slog, and it's a text,
I mean, I could
it's
only-
a text fest because you got to think, no one knew about these cards, so they're
yeah,
explaining
they had to explain everything.
all of this stuff. And when that wall of text hits,
You're just kind of like,
and I kind of can skim it because I'm like, it's the fucking Blue Eyes White Dragon.
Yeah,
It's Exodia.
I-
how the fuck?
I know how this
I know
works.
how this goes.
it's a Blue Eyes White Dragon. It's what, 3,000 and
3,000 attack
2,500.
power, 20.
Yeah, 2,500.
defense.
So if you guys were interested, I would read the first 20, 25 chapters on the app, kind of get the season 0 of it all, and then
Call it a day.
And then call it a day.
Call it a day.
Move on with your life.
Check out
But you know who else is calling it a day, boys?
Black Clover.
Black Clover. So, some big news. By the time this episode comes out, it's kind of old news, the way the internet time works, but it's very big because it was just announced, I believe, 2 days ago as a recording of this podcast.
Well, this episode is being recorded on Saturday, August 19th. So
the illusion.
I've got to break the illusion for this.
Um,
This way, when they see it, they can be like, "Oh, I've known about this for 2 weeks," and it's like, "Yes, well, we didn't know about it when we recorded these eepisodes."
Well, we did
Very
because otherwise we wouldn't be talking about
That's
it.
very true. So it has come out and Tristan, you're gonna have to help me out with the author's name of Black Clover,
Buddy, I do.
Tabata, I believe, Taba.
You're looking at the wrong person.
Okay, the author of Black Clover. I just don't know how to pronounce it.
I
know-
cannot remember for the life of me.
Yeah,
I don't
it's-
own the manga.
Yeah, it's Tabata, I believe. I'm really bad with pronunciations, but the author of Black Clover, you understand if you're listening and watching, you get it. It has come out that he released a statement because Black Clover is moving from Weekly Shonen Jump, and it is moving to its
Jump squared.
No, it's moving to Jump Giga, Giga. It might be Giga, but I believe it's
probably
Giga.
Giga chat.
Yeah, because it's a Giga Chat. And the reason that this is such a big deal is because in the statement, I'm not going to do it verbatim, but it pretty much he said that he cannot keep up with
With
the
the weekly
schedule
release.
with the scheduling because of it doesn't go well with his personal life. Thankfully, it doesn't seem like he's sick or anything like that, so that's good. And
It's so much to be a mangaka, especially when you're tied to Shonen Jump, because
Correct.
they have such strict deadlines.
correct. Oda's just built different. That man is
Yeah.
doing way too much.
There will never be another one.
Well,
The
you
Goda
say-
is the Goda.
You say that, but I literally saw that Greek mangaka Odi. He literally was like, in the last 2 weeks, have drawn over 1,000 pages of manga. And I looked at these pages because it's like, if it was me, it would be
Stick
scribbles.
figures. Yeah, stick
At
figures.
best.
Yeah. Outlines.
This is like crazy detailed. And of course, he's doing digital art.
Sure,
but
makes it a little easier.
still
Yeah.
insane. I don't know if he ever slept.
Probably not.
And that's the thing, and I think that's going to be a bigger conversation. Maybe we can talk about it a little bit once I say this news and stuff of like, is the digital art going to make it to where these deadlines are going to be kind of easier for authors and stuff? But so what he released was, just saying, it's not. He's been struggling with releasing. They've been going on breaks, a lot of not planned breaks. Just he's been struggling a lot. If you've been reading currently with it. But he did say, this was discussed for months with the editorial department and himself. So it's not like they're kicking him out. This was a decision that they are both made.
Yeah.
Because Giga's release, one chapter every 3 to 4 months.
Holy shit. How many pages is a chapter?
The chapters are bigger. It's good question. So basically one chapter, I haven't done that much research, but from what I have kind of gathered, one chapter is about the equivalent of about 4 chapters.
Okay, so about 40-something, 50 pages.
Yes. So it is bigger chapters. But one of the most interesting things that came out with all this is he said that he is in the climax of the final saga. Yeah. So in my mind, I believe with those expanded chapters that we will probably only get about 10 to 20 more chapters of Black Clover, which again is another 2 to 3 years with this release schedule. But we are at the end of Black Clover.
Yeah.
And
but I mean, we knew that we were coming up on the end this whole time because they've said numerous times that, this is the final battle.
Yep. And he literally said he's in the climax of the final saga. That means it's the end of the final saga.
I mean, you got to think like the big anime right now, the longer running series, Black Clover, My Hero, they're both in their final arcs. Like they're wrapping up.
And that's something that I wanted to bring about, but just to kind of wrap it up, if you haven't heard. So if you're collecting it physically in manga volume formats, there's going to be one released every year and a half now. So maybe read it digitally, because the good thing is it will still be released on the Shonen Jump app because it's still under that umbrella. So you can still read it when it gets released, but instead of every week, it's going to be every 3 to 4 months.
Because Jump just has a much more tight schedule.
That's crazy, though. I didn't know Giga existed. I knew Jump Squared or whatever it did.
There's a bunch of subsidiaries of Jumps, and some series that have been struggling with the weekly schedule have been moving to different places.
Yeah.
There is one more popular one that just moved recently. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I'm all for it, and especially I love Black Clover. We've had a whole episode about Black Clover. I think the Black Clover manga is fantastic. And if this means that it gives him less stress and he can conclude this story with these characters at his pace, and because if you've been reading the manga, while the artwork is pretty good, I could at least see that it could be better if he wasn't that weekly schedule.
Yeah.
And imagine what's going to happen if he's able to have this extra time.
Exactly. And I think, while it sucks that, physically manga volumes, it will be at the end of One Piece by the time the last volume comes out, I am kind of excited to see what he can do with the extra time. And like he said, it is the climax. So he made it as far as he was comfortable with making it. And I'm just glad that.
I think he was more or less glad that it took off the way that it did. He was, that's why he stayed in Shonen Jump so long. But then it got the zeitgeist of the series just got to where it was like, I can't keep up with this schedule.
That's right. And what I respect of him, and even though I have my problems with Black Clover,
the reincarnation arc, we know.
There are only 2 authors. I read a lot of Shonen Jump titles. There are only 2 authors when they do kind of the question corner. That's what Oda calls it, so I just call everything the question corner.
Yeah.
But when they do like the little interview, there's only 2 authors that I believe on the page when you read that they are actual fans. I know they're probably all fans, but it comes across like they are fanboys. Like they love this shit. They live it. They breathe it. Oda. Like he gets excited because he'll even mention he's one of the only ones to mention other series and talk. So that he keeps somehow his clones keep up with the titles in Shonen Jump. And the author of Black Clover is another one that he is just so excited, and he says that every time. He's like, "This is so crazy. I've always wanted to do." It's a dream for him. So it's really awesome that the culture around Shonen Jump is such now that there was probably times early in the 90s and 2000s that Shonen Jump wouldn't have made this conceit
Well, yeah.
for this author. They would have just straight up canceled it.
I
Yeah, they'd
feel
have-
like if things would have been different back then, Tite Kubo would have probably taken a different route.
Exactly. And it's so cool. And I did a whole video on my channel about digital manga and where I think it's going. And this is just a theory, but one of the cool things about digital kind of being a good place and more easily accessible around the world now is it does give authors that are really stressing or maybe not good over deadlines
Yeah.
a outlet to tell their stories. Because like you said, I think Bleach is a perfect example. I think Bleach would have been a completely different series, not a different series, but a different outcome
Yeah.
if the availability of apps and digital and
You mean 1,000-Year Blood War wouldn't have been rushed?
100%. And like you said, I think it opens, while it's scary that, they can delete stuff
Yeah.
anytime they want to.
Did you hear
Unless
about
you download it.
good old Disney Plus doing that
Yeah.
recently?
What'd they do it for?
They deleted a whole movie.
Yeah, there was like a huge budget film,
Yeah.
and since it was only released digital, it's just gone forever.
Gone forever. It was never released in physical media, and there's some they're not super popular names, but there's some names attached to it.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing
What was
now,
the movie?
I
can't
think it's called
remember.
like Crater.
yeah, I can't remember. But the biggest thing, and that's a thing that has been going on about the strikes and stuff going on
Oh
right
yeah,
now.
that's also what plays into it because they didn't want to have to pay
royalties.
royalties, so
So
that's why
they
they
just
removed
deleted
it.
it. So now all those people that worked so hard on that, I'm sure they got paid a little bit, but maybe they were,
Banking on-
especially the above the line people, the directors and writers, they're more banking on, the streams or the sales, and that's how they make their living. That's how they continue to be creative, is through residuals.
Yeah.
Which is the whole big thing going on with the strike right now, and how they pay pennies for millions of streams on a Netflix series.
Yeah.
And kind of where that line is, and hopefully they get it figured out, because I think whatever the outcome of this stuff that's going on right now with streaming rights for manga, anime, and Netflix, for everything, whatever's the outcome of this determines how creative everyone gets later on.
Oh yeah.
Because I think if it falls apart, I think get ready for the machine, get ready for superheroes, and get ready for the bankable stuff. Because I think the creative juices, because why would you risk it? If you can't make a living off of it, yeah, you might do it for the love of it, but you're not going to have the freedom. Because think about, like, if you subscribe to the YouTube channel and this gets popular, we have freedom to do things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that goes away if they can't figure out this new digital streaming life that we're living.
My microphone wanted to be in my chest.
I hear you.
The
But
drums of liberation.
I say all that Black Clover stuff and all this stuff because I think the most interesting thing is happening right now. The most interesting thing in manga is happening right now, and I'm so excited. What the fuck is the future of Shonen Jump?
Oh, I don't know because it's about to crash. Well, not really.
Not crash. They got
but-
they got Sakamoto days.
well,
My boy Sakamoto.
They also have what was it? Strawberry.
Wild Strawberry.
Yeah, wild strawberry.
Pretty good.
Damn.
Yeah, I know. I'm glad you read it.
Yeah, me too.
But yeah, so I think it's an interesting conversation. I've been seeing some conversations. Obviously, this has happened before.
Yeah.
Titles go in, titles
Yeah.
in, titles leave.
Hunter x Hunter.
Hunter x Hunter. And
The
stuff
Hunter
like
x Hunter
that.
of it all.
But I believe I hear that anime's trash. I'm glad I don't have to watch it. Oh, wait a minute.
Oh,
you
you have to.
assholes for subscribing. Now I have to watch dumb Hunter x Hunter.
Hey, no.
Whoa.
We're thankful. And also,
I have the worst gig out of all of us.
disagree.
But
It's 2v1 on that.
I say JoJo's is definitely worse than some parts are worse than Sword Art Online, but some parts of
Yeah,
Sword
I was
Art
about to say.
it's really very similar.
Yeah, it's
um,
And I'm just going to come back here and, like I said,
so sad.
why?
But yeah, I think
I did it to myself.
We
Wasn't
all
it me
did.
that made this stretch goal?
probably
Specifically.
it sounds like you like to shoot from the hip and be like, listen, let's
It was.
do
I
this.
remember it now because we were talking. I said, "Hey, you guys get us to 150 subscribers."
That's right, because it was me and you, and I was like, I'll do this, and then Rex was like, I want to also be a part
Yep.
of this.
I was like, well, if you guys are gonna do that,
So
I guess I'll
started
finish.
our pain.
You should go find that episode and then put it in the comments for us.
What should we do if
help
they-
us out? Like, find the episode that we do this
What's
conversation.
the next stretch goal?
I'm not. We're gonna get through this stretch goal, and then we'll talk about another fucking stretch goal. Because if you shoot from the hip, we're gonna say something wild, like some
Yeah,
shit.
like finish Gintama.
yeah, like yeah.
At 300 subscribers.
No.
No, we gotta finish that at 100 episodes, like video wise. We have.
We said at like
we meant
70.
video.
We've said that on the audio. We got 70, then we got to 100. We meant video. You know what's gonna happen? We're getting to the 100 video. It's just gonna be a running gag, like Gintama.
Like
never-
Gintama.
But no, like through my research of Shonen Jump, I don't think there's ever been in the history of that magazine so many staples, so many pillars of that magazine, either finishing off or moving or this and that at one time as going on right now. And again, when we say right now, 2 to 3 years, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
pretty soon. So I mean, what?
But a lot can happen in 2 or 3 years.
Oh
I
yeah.
agree.
Who knows? New talent can just appear because
Yeah, but yes, I agree with you that there's always going to be new.
or someone could talk Tagashi into letting them draw for him.
I think that's
Yeah.
a move.
If that happened,
That's a move.
Hunter would come back with a vengeance.
Yeah. Would be nice.
And obviously, they got the Sakamoto days. That's my
Also, I
horse in
kinda
this
really
race.
want-
There's more than just Sakamoto.
That's my horse in this race.
Kaiju number 8, my friend.
That's
I
true.
really wish that Terraformers would continue releasing because it's not done.
Yeah, I know.
They're out like on like they're on like,
hiatus. Yeah. I
yeah.
know.
But
they've been on hiatus for almost like a Tagashi
I
amount
mean,
of time.
same thing with Nana.
Yeah.
but I think like one of the interesting thoughts of all this, right, is how many people do you think still buy that magazine? I'm not talking about just North America. I'm talking about worldwide.
Yeah.
Do it because I'm probably committed to One Piece. I got at least to see how many viewers or readers do you think they lose at this point with a staple like a My Hero, whatever.
When's the last time you've actually seen a physical release of Shonen Jump in America?
It's been a while.
Kinokuniya brings them in.
Oh yeah, I saw them there.
They're
but
specialty stores, but no, we don't get
yeah,
them.
we
I
don't
mean,
get
you'd have to you have to go
I-
online.
I
go
used to
Shonen
be
Jump,
able
be
to
like,
go
I
to-
want the physical magazine
Yeah.
delivered to my house.
Oh no, it's not even that. I used to be able to walk into like Winn
Barnes
Dixie
and
or
Noble.
Publix.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
they used to be at grocery stores.
Yeah, they used to
Yeah.
be in grocery stores. That's where all of the ones I have came from.
Mine was the Barnes and Noble magazine rack.
My dad used to just bring them whenever he would go out of town.
Yeah. Nice. No, and I mean, I'm not talking physical. I'm sure there's people that, but what I'm saying is, who's subscribed to the Shonen Jump app to just keep in contact with a One Piece, a My Hero?
Oh, I'm sure a ton of people.
And that's what I think is the scary part of, we're fans. So, and I love reading manga, so it doesn't really honestly matter.
Yeah.
I try new stuff. Wild Strawberry is a
Yeah.
perfect example. I try new stuff all the time because I just like the format of manga. But I'm wondering their subscribers, even though it's $3 a month, it's a fucking steal and a half.
That's
It
really
is.
not a lot of money.
Dear Lord, yeah. I get my money's worth every fucking month. But I wonder how many are really just staying around for One Piece, My Hero, Black Clover, whatever, like the staples. And I wonder if the editorial
Dragon Ball Super.
nobody, even though I'm current now,
Nobody.
but I wonder if editorial's thinking that too, though. Of like in Japan, the physical manga still, or the physical magazine still gets released. So I wonder if they're thinking, we don't have.
We gotta find some new talent.
Yeah, we got to figure it out.
Either that or be coaching people into their next series.
Either that.
Do you
or
think
just-
they go that route?
I mean,
Let Oda rest.
Oda's not
Facts.
gonna. Yeah, Oda's not gonna start another series. I could see him doing like a one shot from time to time if he just
Sure.
wanted to,
Sure.
but otherwise, no. Watch him surprise us.
You know
though.
what
Be
I saw
like,
the other day?
Two
It was-
piece.
Yeah.
I think I would. I still
One
think
Piece, ship it in.
it would be one of the most funny Gotham moments. It's nothing to have to do with One Piece, but when One Piece ends, he drops like a short one shot of like 200 pages, like an actual like short
Yeah.
manga novel. He's like, oh, I've been working on that in the background.
It would be even funnier if he was just like,
I
oh,
draw like a couple of lines every couple of
the
chapters.
editorial department just goes through his studio and it's just like, what's all this stuff over here? And he's like, oh, that's all the other series I've written in my spare time.
Yeah,
And they just start producing.
They're like, son of a bitch,
what
it's a gold
spare
mine.
time?
But yeah, do you think that they're thinking, like you said, like a Tagashi or something? Do you think they're like, we got to figure out a Tito,
Kubo?
yeah, Kubo? Like, we got to keep the older fans
Well,
here.
Bleach, there's a
I
chance.
think it's coming.
There's
back,
yeah, I mean, well, the
I
other
would have
thing-
also thought it would have came back by now.
Same.
you got to think Kubo said the one shot. We had where it opened up the hell stuff.
Yeah.
And the abilities with Ichigo and Orihime's kid.
Sorry, Rex, if that spoiled it for you.
Ruined. It's all good.
Tristan just likes to shoot spoilers from
Brother,
the-
I literally have said read the one shot numerous times. If you haven't at
I'm
this
not
point,
caught
He's
up
not
yet.
even there.
Yeah.
not my
I had
fault.
to finish Thousand Year Blood War, which I'm doing through the anime. Because
Exactly. Anyways,
Are you caught up with the anime?
Yeah.
I'm not.
Oh, the last episode was fire, honestly.
Oh, fire.
Yeah. Rukia using her Bankai and stuff.
I
Yeah.
heard about it.
That's a good scene in the manga
It,
too.
it was great.
But so I think that the possibility is there. I don't think it's going to be like a Boruto where the main focus is going to be their kid. I think that their kid's going to be the reason why Ichigo gets real involved with Soul Society again.
I think he's got to stay. Also, big news. Congratulations, Shikamaru. Let's give it up for him. He's the 8th Hokage now. Let's go.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Oh, y'all didn't hear about it?
No.
Yeah,
even
I know.
you?
I because of all the shit that goes down where Kawaki makes Naruto go away.
Yeah. So he's the new Hokage, and I read just that one panel,
And
I
you're
was
like,
like, fuck
finally.
Basically,
Deserved.
basically
Deserved.
in the anime, Boruto gets taken over by Momoshiki. Kawaki essentially kills him, but in order for him to not die, Momoshiki rebuilds his body, but at the cost of him no longer being able to revive in it. And Kawaki is like, the world of ninja is corrupt and needs to end. He sends Naruto to a pocket dimension. Naruto has he has got no Kurama. All he has is the ability to use Sage Mode. And Sasuke no longer has his Rinnegan to be able to go to the different pocket dimensions. So Naruto is stuck in a pocket dimension. They don't know how to get him out.
By the way, I knew none of this.
Yeah.
All I needed to know, Shikamaru, 8th Hokage.
Yeah, so
Same.
when Naruto disappears or whatever and they can't find him, they make Shikamaru the 8th Hokage.
Yeah.
Best decision they've ever made.
Keep him.
Yeah.
Because the only panel, I saw 2 panels, Shikamaru, 8th Hokage, and I was like, hell yeah. And then the panel next to it was like Naruto laying on a bed being like, I can't be Hokage. And I was like, fucking cool. I'm not going to read it, and I'm not interested, but
That's all what happens. Like, I can't remember. I'm pretty
this
sure
was in this literally the chapter was just released.
Yeah, well, because they did a time jump and Sarada is older, Boruto, like they're all. I mean, obviously it's a time jump.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I think after Kawaki kills Boruto, there's a whole bunch of wild shit that happens. I just know that in the time jump where you see at the beginning of Boruto, Naruto's not there, so it's actually just a big fan theory that Kawaki sent him to another dimension. So
Hey, listen. Shikamaru, 8th Hokage. That's all I need to know. Because Boruto is going to go down in the history. You cannot, tell me differently. It is going to go down because I think it's one of the only spinoffs where halfway through they were like, we gotta fucking focus on the main people again. We can't.
Well,
I mean,
that's why the choreography in Boruto is more heavily on the taijutsu and not so much on the ninjutsu. It gets really heavy on taijutsu.
If you really think about it, it's literally just following in the path of Dragon Ball Z.
Amen, brother.
Because Dragon Ball Z did try to swap focus.
Yeah, for
to,
Great
Gohan.
Saiyaman. Great Saiyaman.
And then it was like, nope, never mind. Goku, come back.
Yeah, but people love money.
Well, yes,
Nah,
they do.
I
Money
don't-
can make you do a lot of things.
I would do a lot of things for money.
I don't know, man. I think Boruto's interesting, and while I'm not the biggest Naruto fan, and that's why I think it's kind of hypocritical for me to shit
Judge
on
it too hard,
because
yeah.
I'm current with Dragon Ball Super.
Fair.
You understand you have to understand who you are.
Yeah.
And
You
and
gotta
I
know what you're about.
Yeah, and so I totally
And at
get.
your core, you're still about punch that guy.
I am. I always will be. You know.
But you're
That's why
slowly
Fist of the North Star, the best.
The best.
Yeah, but he's also, because I've corrupted him, starting to be about the etch of it all.
I watched the clip of My Dress Up Darling when his dick got hard in the Love Hotel earlier this morning because it popped up on my timeline.
And you said,
I said, I think I remember this, and I wanted to remember how aggressive it was.
It was very.
It was very aggressive.
Yeah.
So you're right. You have corrupted me because I did click on that, and it was like a minute and a half, and I watched every bit of it.
and you were like, can't wait for season 2.
I can't wait for season 2. This is exactly what I said. I can't fucking wait for
Because
season
I'm
2.
the same way.
I can't fucking
I'm
wait.
waiting for that announcement, and I'm like,
It's announced. It's announced. They're announcing they're doing it. I don't know if they have a date. but
yeah,
they
that's what
have-
I mean. I'm waiting on the release announcement
Yeah.
because I'll be there.
I would
Kind of
have-
like episode 1072 of One Piece.
I need to watch it.
Yeah.
I know. I need
Brother.
to watch it. I need to watch it. I know.
I need to so as of this airing, 1073 will come out, and there's still, I think, more Gear 5, which I'll be watching. I've been in there.
Hey, it's like Funimation used to say, you should be watching.
Yeah.
You remember that when you put in a DVD and it was
Of
like,
course I
you should
remember
be
that.
watching.
It
Also-
still said that when you would just load it up on a streaming app.
Yeah. You should be watching.
Yeah.
And you're like, I am. Yay.
The
I don't know, I kinda-
1072, just, I'm not going to give spoilers because it has been fairly recent. You guys haven't watched it. You already know what's going to happen because you've seen it in the manga.
yeah.
Yeah.
I hear you.
So, of course, since he's a Zoan type kind of now.
Mythical Zone.
Yeah, yeah. So, can he use the rumble balls? Is that a thing?
The Rumble Balls.
Yeah, yeah.
Chopper.
Chopper.
Oh, yeah, I guess technically
He
he would
could.
be able to.
Yeah, like
He could.
I'm just curious because if so, can he use 2 at once? Because I really want to know what that's gonna look like.
The thing
I
is,
mean, we already got Monster Luffy.
yeah,
well, we're about
Nightmare
to
Luffy.
get Super Monster.
Super
No, you
Nightmare
did get
Luffy.
Monster Luffy when he said muscle, muscle, and just became.
I would say Gear, what is it? Gear 4.
or Gear 4.
4. Where
Yeah.
he's that big,
That
where he's
took
got
them-
the
that took-
hockey
Yeah,
around him. That is a monster.
Yeah.
He looks like a,
Bound Man.
yeah, he looks like a fucking
Bounce
problem.
Yeah, that's the probably. I think that's about as Monster Luffy as you're gonna get.
I am kind of glad, though.
Gear 5 is gonna be the last transformation.
Yes, and that's what I was about
I
to
don't
say.
think
Well-
there's gonna be any Rumble Ball stuff. I think
I don't
no,
know, man.
no, I don't think there is because Gear 5's powers are so
Broken.
fundamentally broken.
Yeah, but you have to think there's still other.
No,
Broken
like
things.
literally, hockey has almost no effect on Gear 5.
And the reason that I
And
think,
you will see that when you watch 10.
Yeah.
Hockey does not affect Gear 5
and I'm kind of glad that
because he can turn hockey into rubber.
Yeah, it's broken, but I am kind of glad that One Piece did not become a transformation thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
I mean,
a Dragon Ball.
Well, it
In
didn't
the
really because all of the gear abilities were just levels of what he could do with his rubber body.
Well, yeah.
They
in
weren't
which
really transformations. It was abilities he had that he combined together.
They never made them like monumental moments. Like,
Yeah.
yes, it was badass, but it was like,
Oh, they made Gear 5 monumental.
Yeah.
well, yes, Gear 5 has been, but no, like you think when Gear 2 appeared, it's more of what was going on at that time rather than hey, Gear 2.
Exactly. And that's the thing. And yes, it did go a little bit into the trope of like he gets a new gear and then the next big bad he has to go another gear.
Yeah.
Like it does have a little bit of that, but I think why it doesn't feel like Dragon Ball is because of the length of time between when he gets to the next big bad.
Yeah, because he
It's not-
he got Gear 2 and 3. He had them when he went in to save Robin.
Yeah.
And then he didn't get Gear 4. You didn't see Gear 4 for forever.
Yeah, I was about to say,
Yeah.
I still have not seen Gear.
Yeah,
4.
it's kind of funny too because it's like One Piece went so long without a Gear 2, and it feels like Gear 2 and 3 were like boom, boom.
Yeah,
Well,
they
they
happened
were in the
almost
same episode.
Yeah, same time.
It was like boom, boom, and then it was like massive amount of time before Gear 4,
Yeah,
and then it
like-
was a massive amount of time before Gear 5.
I think I've barely just gotten the hints of where he's realizing, hey, Gear 4 might be a thing.
Yeah, and it's just so wild to me that Oda decided like 2, 3, long time before 4.
Yeah.
Like, why did he shoot him so back to back?
Because it's Oda.
That's right.
He wanted to be like, hey, he's gonna get some buffs, which of course they explain that Gear 2 shortens his lifespan.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I didn't want to make this like a whole. I'm not making this
Nah,
whole
nah,
like a One Piece section. I wanted to make sure that you guys understood that you got to watch 1072.
And
yeah,
I
we
want you
know.
guys to understand the people watching. We want to get popular enough that I want Oda on this podcast.
Dude, that would be a dream.
I'm speaking it into existence, dude. I'm just saying it out loud.
We'd be the only one.
We don't have to be the only ones. If he's making a press round, I just want to be involved in the conversation.
Facts.
I ain't got to be the only one.
Finds out Oda's at AWA.
Dude,
I'm taking the. Hey, listen, I'm telling you guys right now. Right, I'm coming to you. If for whatever reason Oda magically appeared in the United States for AWA, and I have to call out of work.
Sure.
Here's the thing.
Done.
If I call out,
Yeah.
I'm getting suspended.
That's fine.
I'm taking the suspension.
Worth it.
100%.
Regret nothing.
Nothing.
I'll be camping out there.
I will shake that man's hand.
Yeah.
That'll be that.
It has been kind of cool. I don't know if you guys saw this. So who has been making the press rounds, which makes, I don't think Oda will ever do it, but it makes it kind of more because, there was that boom in our country. Vinland Saga's author has been
Wait.
around in the United States lately.
Really?
Yeah, he's been going on press tours and stuff. He's been
That's
going to
awesome.
conventions and he's been meeting people and like just random people and stuff and doing the convention circuit. And
Yeah.
I'm thinking that is so couldn't happen to a better manga though, and anime.
No.
But it is so cool that we have gotten to the point, at least over here in the United States, of it's financially worth it for a company in Japan who has been very much like, this is kind of, not that this is our thing and they're like, whatever, but it hasn't made financial sense to bring these authors, or we haven't cared enough about it. We're just like, punch that guy. I don't give a fuck who wrote this.
I want to say the authors of Death Note came over once.
Yeah, I
Once.
think they have.
I'm talking about this man is going to conventions.
Oh, yeah.
Like multiple conventions.
Yeah, so did
Oh.
yeah. It's been a while, but yeah, they both did as
You
well.
also
At
get
least
like the
one of them.
the voice actors from the anime are
Yeah.
almost always at conventions.
And I just
Oh,
think
yeah.
I just think it's so cool. And like I said, if it's the last thing Anime Unraveled does, I want to have a conversation with Oda. Also, you know what? If I'm just speaking stuff, I want to understand what he says.
So, in other words,
you want to learn Japanese.
you want to learn Japanese.
If we're just speaking, we're
Listen,
just talking.
I'm gonna say what's on my mind.
Konnichiwa. Doro.
Cultural appropriation. Stop it.
Domorigato.
No,
That's
stop.
a word.
Stop where you're at. No. Bad. Time out.
I don't. It's a word. I have to learn somehow.
This is true.
I'm gonna learn with the easy stuff that I know. Konnichiwa. Doro omegato. Right?
No.
Doro.
No, it's not Doro.
That's why I'm saying stop it.
Yeah, just
stop it
stop.
while you're ahead.
Tedakimasu. Is that it?
Ikadaki.
Itadakimasu.
That's close.
Anyways,
Leche. That's Spanish, motherfucker.
I was about to say, wrong
one of
language.
those things is way more realistic than the other. You could learn Japanese.
I would flip the other way.
Yeah, I was about to say, I feel like learning Spanish would be easier.
I barely can pronounce English stuff.
I know.
Same.
But what I'm saying is Oda, has he ever really done anything like appear on someone's podcast?
Not yet, but he's gonna have more time with One Piece being over.
One Piece it's in the final arc, but that could be fucking 10 years
Hey,
still.
what I'm saying is
I
he's
mean-
gonna have more time one day.
Maybe by then we'll be.
That's what I'm
relevant enough.
saying. That's what I'm saying. There's a possibility.
You're gonna look back on this.
You
It's gonna
guys-
age like fine wine.
Yeah, when we have the interview with Oda, and I say, Doro Magato,
No. Stop.
No. My God.
Konnichiwa. That's what I say. Yeah, and you know what? Got them because there's 150 of you that subscribe to the YouTube, and there's even more that have subscribed on the Spotify. You know what I mean? But
Spotify, get on over and pump those YouTube numbers up,
Yeah,
please.
please do.
The reason I ask is because I'm trying to think of other stretch goals in mind, and like if you guys head on over to YouTube, you can subscribe, you can comment, be
or
like, hey,
you could have just let Rex do that.
Yeah.
no, wait.
transition.
I'm
No,
saying this for a
no.
reason. You guys can comment and be like, hey, these are some stretch goals we would like to see,
Oh,
so that
Yeah, they can force us to watch
they
something
could force us to do it. It's all on them.
rather than us imposing the rules ourselves.
my fate is in your hands.
Yeah, exactly.
Over at
Yeah, so he's basically saying, make us watch Fate Zero.
no, it's not what I'm
Do
saying.
the whole Fate series,
Yeah,
start
all
to
of
finish.
them,
Let's
all
go.
of them.
I will quit this podcast.
Yeah,
200
we
subscribers.
would have to. We wouldn't have enough time. There's too much.
I would quit.
The daisy chain for
But
Fate
you know
series.
the worst part is, it would be so pretty.
I mean, it is.
It's unlimited budget.
Yeah, I was about to
There's
say,
no.
it's unlimited budget works.
Yeah.
Like, it makes
I've seen bits and pieces.
Demon Slayer look
Yeah.
like trash.
I tried to watch Unlimited Blade Works, and I got about 3 episodes in, and boy, info dumpy, huh?
It is. At
Yeah,
first.
but it's also it's unlimited budget works.
I hear you. Sometimes
But-
I want something for my brain, not my eyeballs. Okay.
When is that?
When-
That's a new factor
Yeah.
for
So
you.
what's the last thing you did for your brain?
I watched that My Dress Up Darling clip this morning.
That was for your second brain. That was for the man brain. And nothing else.
He got so hard in that bed. Anyway, Rex, we should probably get out of here.
Holy crap.
Before we go too much further, you guys go over to youtube.com/AnimeUnraveledPod. Leave a comment below on what you think we should do, and like and subscribe. It really helps us out.
And, if you like us in short bursts,
Eventually.
when I figure out what the fucking password is,
I don't have it either.
Leave a comment below on what you think the password is.
leave a comment below for the password to our TikTok.
Don't
because
you have it written down?
No, you two were in control of that.
Oh, no.
That's on you.
So, if you see us post, I've done it. I've gotten in over at Anime Unraveled Pod on the TikTok. I won't be talking over there. I can't get in.
I'm going to see. I think I'm logged in on my phone still. Maybe I'll reset the password.
Okay,
That's a good idea.
Cool.
Jesus. I thought you figured it out.
No.
He
Hell
hasn't
yeah,
broken the
brothers.
code.
No, I tried to. Well, see, what happened was I tried to delete the app because I thought reinstalling the app would get all my information back.
No.
No.
Now I'm out of my regular one, too. So I just don't have TikTok.
Hell yeah, brother.
Living free.
Guys, clearly we are falling apart both fundamentally, mentally, and emotionally.
And
the work-
sexually.
Yeah, you specifically. So it's about time I close this out with, hey guys, it's the end of the episode. It's my favorite part of the episode. It's the part of the episode where I tell you guys to please make sure to leave a review, like, and subscribe. It really helps us out. Spotify, please, 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 please. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere where you're just listening to us and not
Google
watching us.
Podcasts, Stitcher.
Yeah, all of those. All of the above. Head on over to
Musicality.
YouTube, add to that 150 we got. Comment on any of the videos, the shorts, anything. Send us DMs and be like, hey, for your guys' next stretch goal, we're thinking this. Maybe we'll put up like a not a survey, but like a thing where people can vote on what they think the next stretch goal could be.
Yeah. Or leave a comment with the password to the TikTok.
That's also true.
Yeah, if you
factual.
somehow succeeded that.
Honestly, if you find the password, if you just want to log in on your application and then just run the TikTok for us,
Hey, that'd be dope.
Boy.
More power to you.
more guy. God bless. You know what I'm
bless.
saying?
Godspeed.
Godspeed.
But yeah, that would really that would help us out so much because I've got a couple of ideas, but I also want to be able to do stuff that you guys want to see.
Yeah. Hey, they do know. You know what else they know, Tristan?
That it's time to come in close.
It's time to get in here. Hey, get up in here. Get up in here.
I don't know if I
I
want
don't
to.
think I wanna.
You're kind of scaring me.
Yeah, dude. Do you think, right?
We'll ever find the password to TikTok?
No, I was gonna say like
If you-
if I ever sucked a penis, right? And do you
Okay.
am I too close?
YouTube.
Oh yeah. That's just for the Spotify listeners. This one's for the YouTube listeners.
If you have 2 pieces of bread, and
If you have 2 pieces of bread, hear me out. 1 piece is like if you walked into a room
Okay,
with a
stop.
guy that had a piece of bread. Anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.